Disappearance of Flight MH370. On the night of March 8, 2014, a Boeing 777-200ER took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia, bound for Beijing, China. On board were 239 people, 227 passengers and 12 crew members, from 14 different countries. It was supposed to be a routine red-eye flight lasting about 6 hours. The aircraft, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, lifted off at 12:41 a.m. local time. Everything appeared normal. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane crossed from Malaysian airspace into Vietnamese airspace over the South China Sea, the final words were heard from the cockpit, "Good night, Malaysian 370." Moments later, the plane's transponder stopped transmitting. Air traffic control lost radar contact. There was no distress signal. No emergency communication. The plane had vanished. In the following hours, confusion spread. Families waited at the Beijing airport with no word. Airline officials scrambled to locate the aircraft. When it became clear MH370 had not landed anywhere, panic and mystery began to take hold. The world would soon realize that a modern commercial airliner had simply disappeared into thin air. Initial search efforts focused on the South China Sea, the plane's expected flight path. But as military radar data was analyzed, something shocking emerged. MH370 had not continued on its course to Beijing. Instead, it had made a sharp turn westward, flew back across the Malay Peninsula, and then turned south into the vast Indian Ocean. This bizarre flight path made no logical sense. Then came a crucial clue. Data from British satellite company Inmarsat revealed that MH370 had been in communication with satellites for nearly 7 hours after it disappeared from radar. These handshakes, or automated hourly pings, indicated the aircraft was still airborne and flying steadily. Using this data, investigators created 2 possible arcs. One stretching north towards Central Asia, and another deep into the southern Indian Ocean. But further analysis confirmed the southern route as the most likely. This revelation shifted the search hundreds of miles southwest of Australia, into one of the most remote parts of the planet. The southern Indian Ocean is vast, deep, and largely unmapped. Search crews faced intense weather, treacherous seas, and no visible wreckage. Still, over the next 3 years, the search area covered more than 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor. Then, in July 2015, hope returned. A piece of aircraft debris, a flaperon, part of a plane's wing, washed ashore on Réunion Island near Madagascar. Tests confirmed it came from MH370. Over time, more small pieces appeared on Indian Ocean shores, parts of an engine cowling, interior panels, a horizontal stabilizer. Each discovery proved the aircraft had indeed crashed somewhere in that ocean, but still, the main wreckage remained elusive. This mystery fueled global fascination. How could a plane this large, carrying so many people, vanish in the era of GPS and satellites? Theories exploded. Some believed the captain, Zaharia Ahmad Shah, had deliberately flown the plane off course in a carefully planned suicide. Others suggested a hijacking. Some suspected a slow decompression that rendered the crew unconscious, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. Wild conspiracies ranged from alien abduction to government cover-ups to secret landings. The Malaysian government's investigation report in 2018 failed to provide clear answers. It stated that the cause of the disappearance could not be determined and that the plane had been manually diverted. It didn't blame the pilot, nor did it rule out foul play. Meanwhile, families of the victims were left in anguish. Many still believe the truth is being hidden. By 2017, the official search was suspended. It had become the most expensive aviation investigation in history, costing over $150 million. A U.S. company, Ocean Infinity, launched a privately funded search in 2018 using advanced underwater drones, but again, found nothing. The loss of MH370 changed aviation forever. It exposed gaps in aircraft tracking systems and triggered global reforms. New regulations now require planes to report their positions more frequently, even over remote areas. But more than a decade later, the world is still left with haunting questions. Where is the plane? What really happened on board? Why was there no warning, no communication, no trace for so long? Somewhere in the cold depths of the Indian Ocean, the final answers remain buried. Until the main wreckage and black boxes are recovered, the disappearance of Flight MH370 remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in aviation history. A tragedy that stole 239 lives, and a puzzle that continues to captivate the world.